First opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Los Angeles Chargers. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Blue 60, 21, kill, zero.
This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
Stafford. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. And this is going to be a Charger touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
That's fielded in the end zone. He's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
I know you. And middle.
Stafford here, coming off his pick 6. They'll run the screen with Carson. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. This is Carson. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
It's 3rd down and 4. Ready. Blue 60. Mike 58 right there. Check pass.
Stafford on 3rd down. And James has it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Set. 180. Zebra. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
On first down at Stafford. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Detroit Lions, first down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Stafford now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's first and 10.
Hey, alert three. Check. Fresno.
A look at Kerryon Johnson, second-year man out of Auburn. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
It's just me and you.
On 2nd and 9, Stafford. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
We'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely frees up your guys elsewhere.
Hey, we got 3 down. 31's the mic. 31's the mic. He don't know no better.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. It's caught, Jones. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 22-yard line.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
They'll run the option right here on first down. Not even a chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 24-yard line.
Set. 280. Mike 58 right there. All day.
Out of the gun, Stafford. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Ready. 90, Wolf. Hey, lock it.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. So on 4th down, the Lions turn it over to Matt Prater for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 33. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Melvin Gordon, the 2-time Pro Bowler. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Gordon, a Pro Bowler for the 2nd time last season, 885 yards, 10 touchdowns, and that was only in 12 games played a season ago. And he also switched jersey numbers in the offseason from 28 to 25. And 25, that's the number he wore when he was dominating the Big Ten college gridiron for the Badgers of Wisconsin.
50, all right. Black 15. You might be getting tired of seeing me. Alpha. 51, Mike 51. Check. Hey, Charlie. Hey, here we go.
On 1st and 10, Rivers finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
First down, Los Angeles.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. The first down throw here for Rivers. He juked him. Throw to the right here to Gordon. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. And down inside the 15 he goes. 16 yards, a first down. 2 carries for him now on the opening drive, both for good yardage.
And based on film study, they thought that there was a chance to spring him more than once for some pretty good yardage in this game.
So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Rivers. Complete, Hunter Henry with the grab. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's Rivers. This is caught. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Hunter Henry. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Now a first down throw. Stafford throwing the out route incomplete. It's Jones. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Here's Carson. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
They're not ready for this. They alert. Y'all playing the wrong foot.
Stafford now to throw. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation.
Monday.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And Amendola with a catch. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
Detroit Lions, first down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They run the counter. Carson. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
49, check 50.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Stafford now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. Now Stafford. Screenplay. Johnson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away. Throw it over the...
Rush coming, and he's taken down. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. Well, the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Rivers with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. So naturally they will decline it. They got the first down anyway on the play.
Who needs a penalty when you picked up the first down through hard work and effort anyway. First down.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Let's get off the field. Fight.
Rivers now from the 50. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his first touchdown of the new season. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. That's fielded in the end zone.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And Jones has it over the middle. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, that's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the 3rd quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Tavon Wilson up to make the tackle.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Stay there. Stay there. Hey, bro, 80. Quit talking about it and bring it. 12.
On 2nd and 9, Rivers got Gordon open, completes it. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Rivers to throw it. Able to get this to Gordon. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. On 2nd down now, it's Gordon, and the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On 3rd down, Rivers. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Check. Switch.
Now it's Carson. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now Stafford. He's going to float this one deep right side. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And since they still have 10 yards to go, they'll just say, let's roll this over to 3rd down and decline it.
Let's just be honest about it. If you can't get them off the field on 3rd and 10, then something's wrong with your defense anyway. No sense in taking that penalty.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
And 58 is a Mike. Go middle. 58 is Mike. 58 is Mike. Target. 58 is the Mike.
Operating from the gun. Stafford. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's Sam Martin now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Charger drive about to get going.
This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Following the penalty, here's Gordon. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Strong left. Strong left. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Rivers throwing the out route incomplete. It's Henry. 23 yards the pickup there.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Rivers now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Back to the ground now with Gordon. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play? And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way. From the gun, Rivers. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker, and he is all the way up past the 25.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
On second down and 4. Stafford, left side, complete to Lockett. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he will finally be taken down, but how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the third quarter. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Play action. Stafford. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. They run it with Carson. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
It's 3rd and 7.
Here we go. 18 Gator. Yeah, Kiwi's trash. Let's go. Check 31.
He may try and run for this. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run it in, going option right. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Kill. Hatchet.
On 2nd and goal, Stafford. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Jesse James, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. Extra point good by Prater, as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you, and make sure they touch it.
And the Chargers first down.
Check.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Running on 1st down, Eckler. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Get 180! Round 80! Strip that ball.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It's a 6-yard loss on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
Alpha!
Now Gordon. Ooh, with a juke. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
2nd and 3 at the 17-yard line.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Hey, you got 3, Three down.
On the Jets sweep, here's Grant. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Gordon. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Now Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Phillip Rivers with his third touchdown pass of the game. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would because if they were confident.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Mike Daniels in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Trey Flowers there on the tackle. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. It's Ekeler again. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. This is Gordon. It's a first down and more for Gordon. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Undercut. Hey, Rocket. Check my corner. I'm coming for you. You mine. 61, matchbox right.
Trying to punch it in with Ekeler. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that could come back and get you.
Once more, here's Ekeler. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Austin Ekeler, his 2nd touchdown on the season. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That's fielded in the end zone. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Well, now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Here's Stafford. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Hey, check Mike 33. Check Mike 33. Check Mike. Check Mike.
To throw again. Stafford. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And picked up by the Chargers. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
1st down and 10.
Hey, 9, 380. He's coming. Check in. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Kneel down here from Rivers, and that should be it. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And this not always an easy proposition, Charles. You had a West Coast team that traveled east, but they got the job done.
And there's so much that goes into it because your body time and your body clock different from what you're used to west, because if you go east, you're going to lose up to 3 hours, right? So is your body going to be awake when it's time to play? A lot of teams actually rehearse it. They practice it. Maybe the week of the game, they move everything up to that time frame so guys get used to doing it that way. I remember when I played at Tennessee, when we had to go from east to west, our trainer Tim Karen said, leave your watches on East Coast time. Every piece of information we got was East Coast Standard Time. Try to psychologically tell us what to do, as well as prepare our bodies the same way.
So for our visitors, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.